Hey, this is Rich Tamayo over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Photoshop Elements Custom Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster. Want us to know how to word wrap text around an object. And basically what you want to do is take your text and wrap it around a particular object. In this case, it's going to be the heart. So the problem with this heart is that the graphic is actually not high enough resolution. So if I zoom in, you're going to see what this really is. It's kind of fuzzy on the edges. Most graphics don't have that hard of an edge, so you have to make sure that your edges are nice and sharp. What happens is if I go to text here and come down here and change it from regular type to the T with the shape around it and try to choose this heart, what you have to do is click around and hope that it's going to grab your image. In this particular case, it's working, but it's only working on the inside of the heart. So if you try to add text, it's going to be on the inside. We want the outside. So if we try to click on the outside, see what's happening is it's grabbing too much beyond, and then all of a sudden, as you try to do that, boom, it grabs the edge of the paper. That's not what we want. And the reason it's doing that is because this is not a sharp image. So what we need to do is recreate the edge of that heart. I'm going to go ahead and hit the red line to close that. So we're going to go on to our layer. I'm going to zoom in and we want to grab this heart to make a new version. If I take the magic tool, and right now the tolerance is set to 25%. So if we hit right on there, it grabbed the whole heart. But the problem is because it's so fuzzy, when we zoom in, look at that. It only grabbed the middle and not the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that. I'm going to change that to 50 tolerance and see if that's any better. Now you see that's getting closer to the outside edges, but that's still not good enough. I'm going to go ahead and undo that and change this to like 200. Click it again, and now see that's better. The edges are a little bit jaggy, but you probably won't notice it once we zoom out. And that's a lot thicker and better to create what we're looking for. So now I can grab the eyedropper tool, click it on the red so that it chooses that red in the color palette, and then grab the paint bucket, and I'm going to fill it in, but don't fill it in just now. Create a new layer, a blank layer up here. Boom, and that's our new blank layer. Now I can fill it in and click it right there. If I turn off the back layer, you see we have a new layer. I'll hit Control D to deselect, and that's our new heart layer that we're going to use. And it is much sharper edges than before. So now that we got that new layer, we can use that to wrap the word around. So now if I turn the background back on, make sure that we wrap around this new red layer, not the background. And now that we have our new heart layer, we can grab this image a lot easier using the text icon. But before I do that, I want to copy this so that I don't have to retype it. So I'm going to take this text, go back to regular text mode, and I'm going to triple click to choose the whole piece there. I'll hold down the Shift and the C to copy, or alternatively, you could always right click and hit copy. So now the text is copied to the buffer, and now we can go back and go to the text, make sure that we have the right layer chosen, come down here to the text with the dotted line on it, and then we choose our image, make sure to go to the outside a little bit. Watch this, it's going to snap in place. There it goes. It just grabbed the whole heart properly, and that's because we created a new sharper image of that heart. And now when we hit the plus sign and bring in the cursor closer to the image, there is our text box. Now think of the text cursor as the beginning of where it's going to type, and it starts there and moves to the right. So if we started at the point here, it'll start the text and take it to the right. If we started up here, it'll take it from here to the right. So where do we want it? Do we want it to start down here? If I click right here and hit Control V, or paste, it starts it from there and wraps it around over there. That looks pretty good, but I think we want to wrap it around towards the top. I'm going to undo that by clicking the red circle, and let's try that again. Over here this time, maybe up here, like right around there. And now I can hit Control V to paste, and that looks pretty good, but let's bring it over a little bit more. I'll hit undo, and let's bring this over to here, right around there. And look at that. To a special brother is all up to this point here. If I click in the text here, left, and bring this back down, and then I can hit the space bar, it pushes the and up and over like that. So now I can hit OK. I can get rid of the other one, so I'll turn off the original. And now we can take this text and move it around or make it a little bit bigger like that and place it right above it like that. Whatever you want to do. And that's all there is to it for word wrap around an object. This is Rich calling it quits for this tutorial, saying over and out.